Welcome to day 2 of the 30 Days to Ascension challenge. If you haven't already watched day 1's video, then go ahead and watch that one first. You will want to watch these videos in order. And I just want to remind you that there are 3 parts to this challenge. So part 1, there will be a video each day with a channeled message. So this video, and then if you are in the channel collective, in the membership, and you have a VIP membership, in that portal each day, there will be a video going along with the channeled message. So I will go more in depth about the lesson, share a bit more about my interpretation, my response, and also more about what the guides have to say connected to the lesson. So check that out. And then the 3rd part is the daily email. If you're not already signed up for those, I would check those out because each day I will send out an email to you that goes along with the lesson for the day with specific exercises you could do to really anchor it in and really integrate the information you have learned. So this is going to be really powerful for raising your frequency, and you are going to notice a huge shift after the next 30 days, or I guess 29 after this, if you show up fully to all of this information. There's going to be a lot of information that comes through and a lot of deep work. So give yourself some space. It might not all integrate at once. That's totally okay. But those exercises in the emails will be really, really valuable for you, and you can always go back and do them later. So I would highly recommend checking that out. You can still sign up if you haven't signed up for that. And if you're not already a member in the channel collective, that is my monthly membership. It has a whole library, endless resources, endless video trainings about all things manifestation, intuition, brain rewiring, raising your frequency, and then all of my channeled messages are in there. That is where Ascension School is, where you can learn from the Ascended Masters themselves. So check that out as well if you haven't already. I have multiple tiers, and I've also just added in a new offering. So I'm offering the community portion for free. So that private community forum used to be just for the members, and I'm actually going to offer that now to anyone who wants to join our private community. So the link for that will be below. And if you want to talk to other community members about what's coming up for you throughout the challenge, I would love it if you posted in the forum. It's just a free place to connect with other members of the community, and you don't have to use any social media platforms. I know a lot of people are a little sick of social media platforms, so it's a private forum. So check out that link to join the free community as well, and you can check out the membership to see if that calls to you, if any of the tiers call to you to join. So just wanted to remind you of all of that. So today, Aphrodite is going to come through. I was checking in beforehand. So she is going to channel, I'm going to channel her. She's going to teach today's lesson. I believe Serapis will be back tomorrow. So I'm just going to tune in and we'll see what she has to say. Okay? It is so lovely to be here with all of you today, and I'm so excited to talk to you about the second key piece of information you must acknowledge and anchor into in order to make the most of these future lessons and in order to catapult yourself into this process of ascension and expansion. And what this is self-love. This is a topic that many of you roll your eyes at, that many of you are sick of talking about because it sounds so, what you say, blah, blah. It sounds so blah and overdone. And of course, you know I discuss all things love, and one major aspect of this is self-love, of course, for this is at the root of all love. And why this is so key, we will talk about the real pieces of self-love. This is so key because this is the intrinsic motivation you will all need in order to move forward with the next steps of ascension, in order to move forward with the next steps of shifting your frequencies to open yourselves up to all of the wondrous miracles that are available to all of you, to open yourself up to the next step, the next level, the next layer of your expansion and growth in this new earth, for it is here already. And how are you going to make the most of it? Well, in order for you to make the most of the next 30 days and far, far, far beyond this, it is key to understand, to explore self-love and how much you love yourself. For when you love yourself and everything you do is rooted from an intention of self-love, there is no other motivation to be needed. However, what has occurred is so much conditioning around doing everything for others. And while, of course, it is honorable to serve others, to show up for others, to support others, to love others, of course, it must come from a place of loving yourself. Are you serving others and showing up for others because you hate yourself? Because you don't feel you are worthy? This does not feel good because you know that this is not in alignment with your highest truth. You know you are naturally a being of the highest love. You are a being that vibrates naturally at the frequency of love. But what has occurred? As much has been in your environment, in your system, to lower the frequencies and separate you from your oneness with all, with the divine creator, with love, for all is love, all is rooted in love. And when you can see this, now you can start to understand the truth of who you really are, and that you truly are a being vibrating at the frequency of love always, until other energies start to pull that frequency away and allow you to slip into the illusion that you are actually a being rooted in possibly fear, shame, guilt. This is not truth. This is not truth. And when you are rooted in these energies, when these energies are swirling throughout your mind, body, soul system, how is this affecting your health? How is this affecting your decisions? As you move forward into the next 30 days, your channel is saying less. When you move forward into the next lessons throughout this challenge that we have asked her to facilitate, you will not be able to make the shifts necessary from the energy necessary if it is not rooted in self-love, rooted in love. You are making the changes. You are pulling what is unconscious to the conscious from a place of love. You are shifting behaviors and patterns from a place of love. For how can we recommend any changes in behavior, in mindset, in how you treat yourself, if we have not already discussed the importance of coming from the energy, for coming from the place of self-love? Why self-love seems so far for so many of you is because you have been trained to derive the love that you want to receive from another. And it is wonderful, beautiful to receive love from another, to give love to another. It is a cycle that breeds the energy of love and expansion throughout this world. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing, beautiful exchange of energy. However, what about the exchange of energy within yourself? How can you give love when your own cup of self-love is empty? And when you receive, you deserve to overflow. You deserve to overflow. And what is it to love yourself? I invite you to pay attention to every decision you make. Today, tomorrow, for all the time to come. And as you stop, before you say the next thing, take the next action, I invite you to ask yourself, why? Is this coming from a place of love for myself or love for another? And if I'm choosing between the two, which will it be? Is it truly honorable to sacrifice yourself for all others? This is a nuanced question, for when the sacrifice of yourself for others is coming from a place of love for yourself, this is the decision that is in alignment with your highest truth. However, so many of you sacrifice your own needs, desires for others, not coming from a place of love, but coming from a place of wanting external validation, feeling like you have to, feeling like there is no choice. To tell yourself there is not a choice. Every time you tell yourself there is not a choice, that you must do something, this is not rooted in self-love. The idea of self-love, self-care, it has turned into a buzzword, a popular topic. So much so that it has turned into a frilly concept that many push away, many think of as not a truly serious subject. But this is at the core of everything we do. Why do we do what we do? When we can unlock the core, the root of motivation, of why we do everything we do, of why we make decisions we make, of why we perceive things the way we do, this is unlocking everything for us. This is unlocking choice at its core, love at its core. Think of all of the shifts you would like to make in your life, in your relationships, in your health, in your abilities, in your finances. And how often are you unable or claim you are unable to make these shifts because you are not motivated? What is it to change a behavior, to change a habit? For you have many ideas of what it takes to change a habit. Yes, there is repetition. Many might say it takes 21 days. Others say 13. Others say 30. What is the truth? Well, the truth is, this is what is common. But you, dear one, are not common. You are extraordinary. You are a being vibrating purely at the frequency of love. And it is to remember that allows you to remember that you do not have to wait to form a new habit. You do not have to wait to choose a new behavior, because you have the awareness. You have the awareness of why you are doing something, why you are saying something. You can ask yourself why. And when you can always come back to the why of, because I love myself. I love this vessel. I love this soul. And make a decision from there. It is simple to override a habit. It is a shame that such a crucial concept has been turned into something that feels, what your channel calls fluffy, frilly, for many, when it is at the core of what we do. When it is at the core of so many things that you wish to change in your life, is the lack of self-love. What would your life be like if your cup of self-love was overflowing? How would you feel if your cup of love was always full? Because the truth is, who fills it must be yourself first. Imagine how much happier you would be if every single day you filled that cup and never had to wait for another to fill it for you. And when they did, because the more you are rooted in self-love and vibrate at that energy of love and are already full with it, of course you will naturally attract in those who want to give and receive love as well, who also love themselves. For it is sometimes difficult to be in relationship with one who does not have love for themselves. Now, when you receive that love, because you attract in another who wishes to give you that love, and you have already filled up your cup of love yourself, it overflows. And this is true abundance. You have control over the abundance. To feel abundant, what can this bring to you? This vibration What can you call in? You wish to manifest abundance? Create the vibration in your body, endless love. When you provide for yourself, there is endless love. What is your source? What is your source of love? It is within yourself. It is your knowing that you are a direct connection to the source of all. Love, all that is. You are love. You provide love for yourself because you are love. When you understand this, there is no need to wait for another to fill this up for you. And when you know this, how would this shift your decisions? There is a disconnect for many of you. For many of you have started to explore this idea of self-love and have made many incredible shifts to start loving yourselves. But I understand it can be difficult in the way your society is set up. To remember to always make decisions rooted in this. There is much messaging to tell you that decisions rooted in self-love, although they would never frame it in this way, are selfish. But they are not. Who is to decide that your life is to be lived for another? It is to be lived for you. If you were overflowing with self-love, how would you change the way you treat yourself, the way you treat others, the way you respond to negativity, to low vibrations? For it is interesting how so many of you are addicted to what is low frequency. The media, the messaging, the people who don't make you feel good, the toxic relationships, the toxic products, the food, the pills, all the things that are addicting for you. You are addicted to the drama, addicted to the chase, addicted to the struggle. Is this coming from a place of self-love? And while there are many ways to break an addiction, the most powerful of all will be to cultivate such an intense, strong, deep knowing that you are love, that you love yourself. From there, many of your cycles and your habits can shift. To truly love yourself means to not continue to engage in the drama, to not continue to watch things that don't make you feel good, to not continue to make decisions that don't make you feel good afterward. Imagine looking at yourself with the same eyes that your truest lover looks at you with, as if you are the only one in the world. And how would that lover treat you? This is how you must treat yourself. To love yourself is to really know yourself, to really admit to yourself what you like, what you don't, who does not make you feel good, and who does. And beneath this is brutal honesty. And here we find another addiction to the lies. For lies have become so normalized in society. Imagine how you would feel if the lies were stripped away. The lies that you are not good enough, that you need anyone outside of yourself, that you must do this or that to succeed. These are all lies. These are all someone else's truth. What is your own, when integrated, feels good? The things that lower your vibration are the things peeling you away from true self-love. Was self-love ever modeled to you? I invite you to think about who you know that truly lives rooted from a place of self-love, makes decisions from a place of self-love. And it is not to be perfect. You are perfect amidst any mistakes. There are no mistakes. Simply challenges, growth, moving from one direction to the next, discovery. Can you forgive yourself? What is the point of holding the grudge against yourself? For many will have you hold the grudge against yourself. And who is this serving? For ascension is letting go of what is pulling you down, letting go of the illusions. Stripping away what is not in alignment with your vibration of truth and love. When you do not feel truth and love, you know there is something to explore, something pulling on you. For this is who you naturally are. And so, self-love will look differently to everyone. But giving yourself an hour a day to do something you like, while it is a great start, it is not truly living in alignment with the energy of self-love. It is to explore every single decision you make. When you wake up in the morning, what you eat for breakfast, how you move your body, who you interact with, the job you go to, the media you consume, the way you spend your free time, the relationships you hold on to, who you give your time to, how you spend your energy, the language you use to yourself, to another. Are you afraid to be selfish? This is a word used to dismiss you. Used to dismiss the deep power and love you have when you fully light up the truth of who you are. To call someone selfish is to push them into illusion, to push them into separation. How do you feel about the word selfish? It is so often used as a way to dismiss your needs. For why would your needs be any less important than another's when this is your life? And the thing you know to be true is that you are a being of pure love. It is simply discovering anything that might be pulling you into illusion from away, pulling you into illusion away from that truth. For when you anchor into self-love, you know which decisions to make. You know what to say. You know how to react. You know what to do. You know where to go. You know who to spend your time with, who to give your energy to, and who to give your love to. But it must start with yourself. And so I invite you to, moving forward, pay attention to everything you say, the decisions you make, one moment at a time, and ask yourself, is this rooted truly from a place of self-love? When rooted in that energy, the rest of this journey will unfold so much more effortlessly. And this is the path you are meant to walk. I send love to you. All right. Self-love challenge got real. Check your inbox for today's exercise. Check the Channel Collective membership for the follow-up video. And I will see you tomorrow.